Hello friends, welcome to Kids Book Buddy, and today's book is The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Class. The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade. Written by Justin Roberts, illustrated by Kristen Robinson. The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade. Hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. She was the smallest girl in the smallest grade. She's over here. Sure, her name could be heard in the daily roll call, and she marched with her books down the same school hall. But hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe, and they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention to the abandoned kite with the tangled string, to the 27 keys on the janitor's ring, to the leaves as they turned green to gold in the fall, to the time Tommy Torino was tripped in the hall. He's tripped, but not by a bully. She watched as the wild flowers tipped toward the light and heard the howl of a hound dog late one night. She was there when the stray cats who normally fought conducted a meeting in the church parking lot. She saw Kevin McCowan get pushed off a slide and oncoming tears that he wanted to hide. And she'll never forget that parent-teacher day when Billy's larger father suddenly dragged him away. But through all the mean words and all the cold stares, no one even noticed that Sally was there. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. She pushed him off. She'd seen how a whisper could make someone cover like a bulldozer crushing through fields of wild flowers, and it kept piling up this discarded debris, those beautiful kites tangled in trees. So on February 3rd at 11:29, Sally stepped straight out of the lunchroom line. She said, "I'm tired of seeing this terrible stuff. Stop hurting each other. This is enough." Now a few laughed out loud or didn't care that there was some girl with her hand up in the air. But then something super extra special happened that day, as Howard O. Henry suddenly set down his tray. Like waves rolling in one after another, first Molly rose up, then Michael, twin brother. It was Tehran, Terence, and Amanda and Paul, who pushed their chairs, stretched their arms. From friendly lunch lady with the dishes she carted, to that new third-grade teacher who recently started. Yes, everyone there, even Principal Claire, had joined little Sally with her fingers in the air. With their fingers in the air. And though hound dogs were destined to howl at night, and most stray cats' meetings would end up as fights, and kites would continue to get stuck in trees, they all felt for a moment like the janitor's keys, fastened together a heavy steel ring that held all the secrets to unlock everything. As the world returned to the way that it was, Sally noticed the difference, as she usually does. When Billy paused briefly to open the door, Miss O'Connell and 17 more. Or when Molly scooched over to make some space on the coral of Ellen and Grace, these moments that often get taken for granted, a wildflower appearing that no one had planted. The swings soon resumed their rhythm and saw away, and people turned to night and night turned to day. People remembered and would quite often mention that Sally had been paying super extra special attention, and how the world could transform and change could be by the smallest girl in the smallest grade. The end. Hope you guys liked the book, and see you next time.